apologize. It's... I just don't know what to do with this anymore. It does this like every now and then. I think we're on lap 37, might be 38, I'm not entirely sure. And you can kind of see they're still dancing around for me, so hopefully it at least makes it to the end of this halfway. Well, it's either going to be 38 or 39, either 2 or 3 to go. Sorry, again, I apologize for the, probably like 8 missed laps there. I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't have anything else on it besides this right now, and it's... yeah. Okay, so it was the 41 there. Okay, well, at least caught that up. Apologize for the anticlimactic last lap of the stage, because I was not sure if there's 1 or 2 to go. I joined, before I joined I looked at the lap count, but by the time you join in, it could take a lap or so, who knows. A couple people getting their laps back. You gotta love pit road magic. They're just spinning around in the pit stalls. Oh, that's I think the 11:31, 21:47 maybe? I don't know. When they're literally like that close, like literally inside, and yeah. Yeah, I think we got everyone here. A little miscommunication there. Figured the 8 would be caught up by the time we went green. But it's fine. Well, definitely no miscommunication here. It's green this time now. 78 is officially lagged out. I don't know if anyone was the 98 or if that was the random. I'm trying to get a confirmation of the... I think the 98 was one of them. No. Okay. I think we got everything caught up. Just hoping the internet wants to be respectable enough so we can finish this off. Green flag back in the air. Lap 44. Casey Master gets a very good jump. He's going to get out to about a 1 or 2 car lengths advantage going into 1 and out of 2 here. Oh. I lost the leader by doing that. The reason that was not a caution, that probably was 4, but on the first lap of a restart, it has to be half the field, and that was definitely not half. Half would be roughly around like 11 or 12 cars, I believe, at the moment. Is that like top 5, I think, broken away? Top 6. Not sure who the Toyota is right back there. I can't really tell from this angle. We have the 76, the 31, the 11, the 47, 68, and the 45. Alex Stevens, who started dead last, is now up to 6. And they are trying to break away from the guy in 7th. That's the 13 of Patrick Garrett back there. And said, oh, heard something. Where's the leader? There we go. Something else happened, because now they're all split up back there too. And Wesley Farrell's going to go back to 6. Oh, get a little bit of wall there. Works out though. He's going to be able to slow down enough to swat right back in line there. Maybe it was planned. Who knows? But if they can work together and not only catch the front 2, but then pull away from 7s, I think that'd be their best play here. That means it'd be just down to them 6, plus they get rid of Caleb Buckner back there. Someone, Casey Masters decided he wanted to run away with it by himself, apparently. Which, I mean, this is not really... draft does help. But it's not really, like, that big of an issue. But, I mean, usually you can still keep up a little bit, but now there's just this gap forming. lap 52 on the board, 31 laps to go. Will be 30 this time by. Well, before my internet wants to either shut off again randomly or a caution happens, we can have a Heat 5 version of Crank It Up. Also, I'm not exactly sure, but something happened to Caleb Buckner. He was like an ace, and now he's basically at the back of the pack. I don't think it was any... Oh! What of a lag pop there looked like. Everyone keeps it going the right direction. Top 6 have definitely broke away now, so unless a caution happens, it's going to probably be between these top 6. As long as the 5 behind Casey Mess will stay in line, even if he runs away a little bit, they should recatch. We're going to run down this top 6 real quick. Casey Masser to 76 for No U Motorsports. The 31 of Chad Eastwan, which is Missouri Family Racing. He was part of Ohio River Racing last season. He's kind of a part-time deal now. 47 of Tim Moore, one of the ones we expect up here. 21 of Drew Jua's not up here. I see him in that second pack though. 68 Vincenzo Iacovazzi, last week's winner, trying to go 2 for 2. Won't be a sweep though, as he did not win the first stage, but he can still sweep the season on wins. The 45 of Alex Costevens, another No U Motorsports car. 68 is all-winner spin. 47 is OCM Racing. And the 11 is another Missouri Family Racing car of Wesley Farrell. So a little bit of mix and match here. You got 2 No U cars, you got 2 Missouri Family Racing cars, you got an all-winner spin car, and you got an OCM Racing car. You see that second pack back there now being led by Drew Jua, so if anyone can lead them up there, they have the right person to do it. Now they just have to stay in line though. They can't afford any kind of passing right now. They gotta see if they can catch up and then maybe try within like 5-10 laps if and when they can get there. Lap 60 up on the board. 23 to go. Last week it was almost a dominating win from the, well, domination enough for Daytona wise from the 68, and we saw 47 lead a lot of laps as well. This one has been basically the 76 all race. It looks like that second pack is catching. This first pack's a little bit jumbled up too. It's not helping them any. They all kind of take a little bit different line going into the corner. Some of them slip up, some don't. I'd imagine they can make it on tires here. They made it barely to the end of the first one, but they had a couple extra laps. They didn't have to like push the tires on to start the second part of it. Now, if there's a caution, does everyone pit? Absolutely. We're gonna ride on board for 21 here, see if he's making any progress or not. 20 laps to go. You'd think they would have to get there by at least like 6, 7, 8 to go if there's no caution, obviously. To have a realistic chance, because it's, I mean, to even begin to pass here, you just gotta boop them out of the way or try to get underneath them before they make the corner. I mean, the outside's just really not the place to do it. It's possible, but the tires just... Oh, we got an update come back on. I thought there was going to be another pass up there. If they start jockeying for any kind of positions, that's going to allow the second one to catch up. Looks like the gap is shrinking a little bit. We don't have the technology that Fox Sports does, unfortunately. So anything is going to be estimating work with eyes. We'll come back to that here in a second. As you kind of run down a little bit more of this, kind of give a look at where everyone's at right now. See if you can see your favorite person anywhere. They're going to drum back on with the leader here. 17 laps to go. Casey Master still leading. What a little more jockeying. Oop, for fourth right there. Westwood Farrell on the outside. Vincenzo Iacovazzi on the inside. That's going to allow only a group of 4 back there now. There was like a group of 6 or 7. But if they continue to jockey for spots, that will allow them to catch up. And in the end, these are all names we kind of expect to be up here. I mean, we don't really talk much about Alex Stevens. He's fast, but like there's just like so many other people that like he gets overshadowed a lot by like all the bigger names. And it's like, oh, he's having a good run as well. I'm guilty. I mean, I've done that a couple times to him. I apologize to him for that. It's just I keep thinking like all the heavy hitters, and then it's like, oh look, he's run up here with some too. I forgot he can keep up with some most of the time. But yeah, it's like a pack scanning. 14 laps to go. Did I have enough time though? Battle for second now. It's I don't know who's in the second pack. Let me see. I know we have the 21 of Drew Jua there. Who else is in the second pack? I don't know. Oh, there's 3 wide. Lap 70 on the board. I must have overlooked who was in the second pack. Okay, there we go. The 21 of Drew Jua, the 9 of Parker Ness, the 89 of Colin Teague, and the 1 of Kevin Uruguay's. So there is 1 OCM car, 3 Ohio River Racing cars, and they have basically caught them. The second, they had a little bit of issue with the last 3 cars there. Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do is let Drew Jua anywhere have a chance at getting a win, so this race has got a lot harder for everyone in this front pack. There he is. I swear I keep overlooking him. I'm trying to find the right person, keep trying to flip. It's like, oh wait, nope, there he is. Lap 72 on the board, 11 laps to go. You can see that second pack very slowly getting larger. The 21, the 9, the 89, and the 1 is that second pack. If they catch us, to be a group of 10 cars fighting for the win. I don't think anyone else will get up there in time. And they're going to catch right when I said roughly about like 7 or 8 to go. 10 to go. They're not there quite yet. They need like a little more help. I think they're going to get that help. Looks like they're going to go side by side going into 3. Oh, the 11 just hit the apron. I saw that one coming. That will help too. Any kind of loss of momentum will help. This top 3 is as heavy hitting as it possibly can get though. Minus Drew Jua, you have Casey Master, Tim Moore, Vincenzo Iacovazzi. I mean, that's... When you think of 3 heavy hitters, that's 3 you can probably name right away. And I would most definitely agree. Eight laps to go. That pack has not really caught up as much as I thought they was going to. I thought there were going to be a tiny bit more battling back there, and I thought they'd catch up just that little extra bit. Oh, there's going to be side-by-side for third now. And someone's running way wide. That's going to be the opportunity the 21 needed. He's going to have their draft now. Seven laps to go. Kind of see the 47 of Tim Moore. He's kind of gauging the outside lane a little bit. You see him like enter a little bit higher and then arc it off the corner. 76 is going to protect the bottom lane as much as he can. 47 thinks about going high. He's going to fall back. Am I going to try a crossover? Not going to get there. Lap 77 out of 82, 6 laps to go. Will be 5 to go at the line. The one is kind of falling off that second pack. He might not have a chance at it. Top 9 are all going to be single file though. But this is going to be all about track position. It's not the easiest track to pass at. As long as you protect the bottom, you're usually fine. 5 laps to go. .31 didn't protect the bottom good enough. Here comes the 68 Vincenzo Iacovazzi for third. A little bit of contact off the corner. That's to be expected. Looks like the 68's going to get that spot. If 31 tries to get in line, he's going to get booped way out of the way, almost into the wall. See that 21 slowly sneaking up there. I think he's up to 6 right now. We're going to see if he has anything in these last 3.5 laps. He's going to have to make pretty quick work. He's going to have to at least be up to third is my estimate. At least third on the final lap. Anything further back than that, unless something drastic happens, yeah. You can tell they're all, when it's down to the wire, you can tell they're all just going to drive as low as they need to. They'll sacrifice corner entry to protect the bottom. The bottom is your best friend here. I really hope I'm not a lap off. I'm assuming this is lap 81, I have 82. I'm hoping it's 2 to go. Sometimes we, like I said, there's no ticker or anything, so we're having to keep track in our head. I hope I really didn't miss a lap, because it's just pain when I do, because then it looks bad. Oh, 11 around. Nope, I did miss a lap. Yep, I missed a lap. I apologize for that. The 76 wins. I'm always scared of missing a lap. I apologize again for the disconnect in the middle of the race and the not ability to keep track of laps. I don't know where I missed the lap at, but it's probably somewhere that like in the middle of it. Let's see who had the fastest lap. The 21. Not surprising. That's also to be expected. Hang on, let's get people in here. Whoop, that's the wrong screen. See if we can find the hard charger challenge. Alex Stevens over here, wherever he's at. Let's see who else. Most cliche whenever, I guess Tim and Drew will be the last two for now. Okay. Waiting for them, the other two to join. But while we're waiting on Drew to join, if he does join, it's up to him. We will go over to our.
He's currently and I know it's gonna hear it over the broadcast. He's currently bickering with Wesley, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
not
gonna.
in the chat, but they're going back and forth, so it's interesting.
So it's a normal post race, not with anyone in general, just normal post race stuff. But we're waiting on him to finish up with their bickering that they're doing. We'll go over to the hard charger of the race, Mr. Alex Stevens, when he has a chance to include audio.
Isn't that funny that you wouldn't have known what that term was if you didn't do iRacing?
Some people probably don't.
I'm just saying, until you got iRacing, I never heard you use the term hard charger. So thank
Now
you,
it's a
Jesse
fun word to
Atchison.
use.
Oh, no. I know you were tight. I know you were tight. I said to Vinny with like 15 to go, I go, there's a good to this and there's a bad to this. The good is that, hey, we're starting to break away from the pack. The bad news is Casey's tires are probably so bad to the point that if I go into turn 3, and that's the reason why I was like, I'm like trying to follow you down, just trying to out arc you into 3, and I'm like, he is probably so goddamn tight right now. Alex, I'm impressed, by the way, now that you're back. I'm impressed that you followed us all the way through the traffic in the first half. I want to say you led over 80. Wait, no,
There's only 82 laps.
It was 82 lap race. Never mind. I'm sorry, you led 80% of the race, though.
At least 65-ish, maybe 70.
I don't even know who qualified on pole. I mean, I had to make a move. I had to make a move after halfway. Well, hold on. Before he begins the interviews, I just have to say, like, I had to ship him after halfway because it was like, dude, we lost 9/10 on you and Eastwan. I think Eastwan was overheating at the start, though, honest to God, because.
Dude, it was frustrating. So like I obviously me, Tim, Alex, and Vinny all drove from dead last, like the bottom four positions. Um, and then we got up there, and I tried to battle you, and I had nothing for it. I mean, we were pretty even, but I couldn't. I don't know. Yeah, but I got a good restart, and then I shifted to third, and then it's in neutral, and I shift up to fourth, and I can't do anything. Okay, well, um, but yeah, I fell back. I fell back to 18th, and I just drove my way through, and then I realized that y'all kind of pulled away, and luckily Parker was smart enough to let me go, and it was just a waiting game.
I
Yeah.
I think that's after my internet cut out for a little bit. But well, maybe. Well, no. There's only one restart, so maybe I don't know. I was there for the restart. I can't say I noticed it, but that's because I was also mad my internet cut out. Okay, well, we're gonna start with this five-person interview, real quick. We're gonna start with Alex Stevens, who finished seventh after starting 26, which is very good for Atlanta. Very hard to pass at Atlanta, so.
Okay.
Like I said, it's very hard to pass at Atlanta. We saw you started 26. How did you even get up that far? Like, because there was no cautions besides the one stage break.
Well, knowing I started 26, I just trusted the people in front of me. The people in front of me, of course, Drew, Word, and Trippy. I can always trust them. They know what they're doing about 100% of the time. So, I just sat in line, trusted them, got through. They got through with it. So, but hey, I mean, it was a solid way to get through the field, though.
Anyway, to get an Atlanta very solid, especially with I call it the cheese grater track. The tires don't like to run here at all. You were part of that six car breakaway at the end. Finished seventh, only to get was Drew passing you at the end. But is there anything else you could have done differently to maybe potentially have a chance at the win?
No, I did not have the car. I just had the car to just sit in line. I was willing to sit in line behind Trippy, but Wesley kept making mistakes and just kept trying to send me so he can get further at the pack, which let the second pack catch up. I felt like if we didn't make those moves, we would have had just a 6 car battle. We wouldn't have had that second pack catch us. But you know what? I mean, I can't blame the 11. I mean, even though it was a little stupid, but he played a stupid game. He won a stupid prize because he got wrecked at the end. So that's all that matters to me.
I think we're gonna have a lot of potential fun comments with C11 here in a second as well. Is there anyone you want to thank for the seventh place run?
I'd like to thank Casey, my team owner. Of course, congratulations on the win. He did a perfect race. I like to also thank all my teammates, Billis, Sammy, Lyle. Um, there's probably a couple others I forgot. But it was just a good race. I'm happy. Just gotta move on next week and hope to keep up the consistency.
And hopefully you start a little bit further up in the field, but it should be easier to pass this week as well. So good luck, and hopefully you get 6 spots better next week.
Thank you.
And that's Alex Stevens with seventh place. Reason why I said we're gonna have fun comments here for a second is the next one we're gonna go to is Drew Jua, who finished fourth. Before we get to comments with the 11, though, how did you manage to catch the first pack? We saw you like way back, and then with about 5 to go, you were there. How did you manage to catch up before the end of the
Uh,
race?
yeah. So like I said, I had a shifter issue on the restart. We started fourth there and fell the way back. Um, I really burnt off my right front, trying to dive it under people because a lot of them would leave open the bottom going into turns one, and I kind of took advantage of the grass and kind of stuck my nose. And the only person who really fought it hard was the 10, who's of course the 11's teammate. Hey, at least they're consistent. I gotta give them that. They're pretty consistent at being wrecking balls and blocking people for no reason. But we we got back up to the lead after it was kind of I think it was the ORR team. Teague fought me pretty hard, and then when I got back to Parker let me go, and I feel like it was the smartest move for both of us. I was moving pretty fast, and I was a little worried because I wasn't catching at the beginning, but once they started battling, it was just 10th every lap. So we got back up. I got under Alex, and of course the thing with the 11 happened where I get under him in 3 and 4 coming to the white flag, and he just puts me on the apron completely. I didn't have any of that. He sent Vinny in turns 3 and 4. I got under him and sent him up the track. So, you win. Like I think it was Alex that said it. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So, I mean, all in all, started 23rd, drove up to the pack 2 different times. Very solid race.
And I believe Alex's quote kind of summed it up for everyone's feelings towards the 11 and maybe MFR in general after that race.
Yeah.
If there was a caution, do you think you had anything potentially to get up there for a win?
Maybe. It's kind of hard. I was really fast on the short run. I would have had to loosen up just a little bit more. I was really tight, but also loose on the short run. And at the end there, we were really fast. Me, Tim, and Vinny worked really well together. But once you get to second, third place, it's really hard to get around that leader without moving them. I mean, you saw what happened early in the race, and they kind of just completely raced each other. What's the word? Aggressive. But at the end of the day, it was a good race. At least I won't be suspended after the Atlanta race this season. So, we'll move on to next week.
Yeah, there's again, I referenced it earlier. If anyone knows what that was reference to, we had a case of McFarlane join the race.
Hey, same car too. What a comeback story.
Same car, different name. Except, well, sort of different name. Is there anyone else you want to thank for the fourth place run?
Oh yeah, shout out to you for broadcasting and also doing race control. I know it's a lot, and I appreciate you for doing it. Just want to shout out to my team, OCM Racing. Tim, Vinny, Alex for helping, Casey for always racing me clean. Shout out to the VRC series. We're going Daytona racing next Saturday for
Saturday, Evil, not Sunday.
for the first iRacing race in series and league history. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
And that's not this week, but next week on the 29th they start at Daytona for an interesting race. Daytona's going to be always interesting. But as drew us a fourth place run and a not suspension.
Yeah!
Where was Casey tonight?
He no-showed.
Damn it.
Okay. But we're going to move on to the third place who did show up. Vincenzo Iacovazzi, who should maintain the points lead with his third place run.
That's me.
Overall, a very good day. You were up there all day. You were in line with Casey and all of them. Is there anything you could have done better to maybe get 2 spots higher at the end?
I'd say in a sense yes, but it was a tough start for me, Drew, Tim, and Alex. As Alex and Drew, you mentioned with Alex and Drew before already. We started in the back, didn't qualify, and we were just trying to work up one by one. And the car was balls ass tight, and we were trying to deal with it, work through, and we ended up all getting up to the top 5. I ended up finishing a spot or 2 outside of halfway points at the end there, but we started out the second half on the inside behind Timmy again, and I had Alex again behind me, so I felt safe there for a while, and I just wanted to keep my car clean again this week, like I did last week, and just try to keep it up front for most of the end of the race there. And I was working with Timmy all the way through, and everything that he had set up for himself, it worked. It got me up to third for most of it, and then at that point, I wasn't really worried about winning. I was worried about the 11 car just trampling over me every corner, It doesn't really make sense if there's 20 laps to go to be full throttling into the back bumper of third place when there's 2 cars ahead of us. But who knows? He probably put squares in the circle fucking jar in the in kindergarten. So um, it was tough dealing with them, and it's probably the most respectful he's raced me ever, and that's saying something. If anybody would take a look back to VRC Pocono, he blocked people below the apron into the inside wall on the front stretch as a hot seat driver. So you always got to expect the unexpected with him. But I think if he didn't full throttle me in 3 and 4 on the white flag, I could have been a little bit closer. But just with the track and how it races on this game, it's not ideal to be where I was in that position because you can't really pass on the outside unless you have complete help, and you can't really pass on the inside without sending somebody. So, I would if I was in a better position, I would say I would have been more aggressive for the win. But I had 2 friends in front of me, and the guy behind me that just likes blowing into dudes. I don't know what to tell you, but um, he paid for that price, and I finished third, and hopefully to keep the points lead, and it'll be good to go into next week. Everything's panning out to be what I've put out for myself so far, and I just need to stay consistent with it.
I think you actually are tied.
Well, I'm thinking about it. Did you? Yeah, I'm saying, did you get the halfway win this time?
Yep.
So that's 60. So that'd be 60. And then where did you finish last week?
Be tied.
Third. So
tied.
yeah, that'd be tied.
Tied in everything, bonus points and regular points. But you already figured. Does anyone want to thank for the third place run?
Yeah, I especially wanted to thank Alex. I said it during the race. I might hate his guts because he complains he doesn't get anything in Madden, and then plays me, and the whole game he gets benefit from it. But he takes care of me on track, and there's a few times where I bumped up, and he gave me room to come back down, and I always respect him for that. He always, no matter what race we're in and what teams we're on, he'll always try to help me out in a sense, look out for me if need be, and I'd do the same for him. I appreciate Drew, Tim, for always putting up with me and working with me, even throughout the entirety of last season too in VRS, Jesus Christ, VRC. The 3 of us as a conjointed affiliation really tore it down, and we're doing the same thing this season too. And I shout out to Casey for winning. Even though he wouldn't invite me to the party earlier, we're still cool, I think. And then shout out to you, Evil, as well. I know being race official is extremely hard for the likes of Kevin Yu, but I know it's hard to do that and commentate at the same time. So we appreciate you, and appreciate the 11 for counting his ABCs while he was wrecking on the wall on the last lap.
Very interesting comments from the 11 tonight, and I mean, I can't really take much biasm, just because I'm not allowed to. But some people obviously have reasonable complaints towards it. He has a history of causing some things like this. But we're gonna move on to second place, Mr. T.
I don't think I can count my. I don't think I can count my ABCs. So.
Well, yeah, neither can I. I know how to spell them. He doesn't. He just knows how to count.
Well. Here's the thing. So obviously, you can hear a lot of frustration about people with Wesley, and to be quite frankly, he should probably not, support the ones that are on his car. But then again, at the same time, he reps a number that's famously known for finishing, like, I don't know, second place the entirety of his career. So maybe it is fitting. But he's been anything shy of number 1 to this point. So There's not much for me to say about the 11 other than, to be honest with you, he's what you get on paper. He's what you physically see. He raced the VRC season and he quit halfway through the year because he wasn't good enough. And I wouldn't be surprised if he quits again halfway through the year because he's not good enough. So we'll see what happens. But that's as much as I'll say about that. He just drives terrible. But I do want to focus on the positives. We finished second. Another good result. Another good point to start. Still not the points leader, which is all right. But I like this track. And also, I'm gonna correct you on something evil, by the way. Alex is not the hard charger. I am the hard charger.
Wait, where did you start? Hang
I
on.
started second to last.
Oh yeah, you gained 23. Okay, never mind. I forgot who started where. I just know he started dead last.
Either way, it was good enough. But I'm gonna correct you on that because I earned that damn hard charger. I got a 0x today. Okay.
This man won't
I
ever
got a
give me
0x.
anything. This man won't give me anything, man.
For those that don't know, that's an iRacing reference. But basically, the whole point is, we had a good car. We did great. I love coming to this place. We won here in VNS last year in this car. The only thing I hate about this place is the fact that I hate that I've got to. Is it okay if I curse?
I mean, we've heard a couple interesting comments.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'll just say it like this. I hate that I gotta fucking practically dump somebody to pass them here. And it pisses me off because I raced Casey as clean as possible, obviously, and he didn't race me anything wrong for the record. There's no, whatever. But my point is that I hate that there's no second lane at this track. So the only way I can physically do something is if I fucking dump them going into turn 3, and that's just not how I race. So it's like I get that little bit of sense of frustration aspect of patience. I know some people maybe would have probably been a little bit more physical than me, but he knows that's not how I race. But the whole point is that I hate that that's how that's going to have to come down to a win at this track. That's what makes it annoying. But we drove through the field. Drew got stuck in third gear. Well, I don't know if you technically I got stuck in third gear last week. I'm going to imagine you got stuck in third gear this week, but you definitely misshifted at least. So we OCM guys clearly have the shittier shifters now. So maybe they don't have advantages like we used to, but we raced pretty dang on nice. We went through the field, we charged, we got halfway points, something we didn't do last week, and I mean, we are off to a good start, couple top fives. The only thing I can hope for is that we keep it up and we finally get a win because we've done a lot of finishing second, we've done a lot of finishing third, fourth, fifth, whatever it is. The point is that we got to get playoff points if we're going to want to win a championship. And for all those people that wanted to be so critical, not to bash on everybody, but it's the Drew show, it's the Tim Moore show. Well, I'd like to point out Vinny and Casey have won the first 2 races of the season. So if it really is our show, I'd like you to figure that one out. But overall, I'm just real proud of the results, and I look forward to this race for the championship because I really do think, Vinny has the momentum coming from last season where he's been nothing shy of consistent, and that's carried over to this season. And Casey's going to be up in front every week battling for wins, and you're going to have other people. I mean, I want to give a shout out to Chad Eastwan today. He raced me as clean as possible. He got set by Wesley, or Wesley got, how to put it, Vinny got set by Wesley, and it was a chain reaction of 3. He didn't want to shut me out of the way for the halfway points. He slowed down for me to allow me to get third. He didn't have to do that. But the whole point is that there's starting to be a little bit more respect there, and I appreciate that. And that obviously translated as the race went on. And I look forward to having a little bit more of that with some of these guys because at the end of the day, if you want to be around the big picture, you have to have patience. And I felt like he really got that memo tonight, as well as a couple other guys. Alex, of course, is always patient. It's just a matter of getting through the field. And today he got through the field like he needed to. And, I just hope that as a group, we can continue a little bit more patience. I know Buckner had an instance where he wasn't really patient today, and I think it came back to bite him. I know he was really fun to work with here last year, but there's just a lot of guys that have to understand patience. And Wesley, not to, again, go back to crapping on him, and I know this is long, but he doesn't understand patience, and that's the reason why three-fourths of the field doesn't like him, and he thinks that people have it pinned out on him, but it's the honest to God truth. If you're not going to be patient, if you're not going to understand the scenario, nobody's going to fucking feel bad for you, and they're just going to punch you out the way, and that's how it'll be every race, if that's how you want to race people. So it's a double-edged sword. Don't bitch about it if you're going to do it, and I keep it as simple as that.
And I don't think we could sum up anything better than that for very fun, interesting race that stayed green. Does anyone want to thank for the second place run?
Yeah, I want to thank Team OCM again for another great start. We're trying to campaign to get this championship. I know Vinny and Casey's team have been off the hot starts too, where they're ahead of us, but we're trying to make it back to back. Again, want to thank Vinny for being great to work with. He's, not just last season, but this last 2 weeks, just get understanding the big picture. And of course, congratulations to Casey again. There's nobody better to be racing up in front with, knowing that we're going to race clean and that, we can trust each other up in front. I just wish again that this track had multi lanes because it would have just, I don't know, it would have spread us out a little bit. I don't mean the field, just it would have made the catching rate a lot less likelier there towards the end of the race. But it's just fun racing with everybody, and I look forward to iRacing in 2 weeks. But in the VHS end, we've got to be consistent to win a championship, and we've been that to this point. But God, I got to get better. I need a couple wins. I can't stand finishing second. So many dang on times. I don't even know where we go next week. By the way, where do we go?
Let me see here. I gotta get there. It's schedule up. Richmond.
Richmond. Oh well, we're not winning there. So, that's the last time I think we raced an Xfinity car there, or at least I did. I think Casey won that race in the Enduro. Now I could be wrong, but I think that's the last time I ran a VNS car there. But that wasn't a VNS race. So.
And then Drew won VRC. I could not keep up with him. I was something for Vinny at the time.
That's going to be a wreck fest because it's so on edge and the car's so tight. That'll be fun. It'll be a fun wreck fest.
At least it's a little more multi-lane than Atlanta, so at least we'll have that.
Yeah.
A little bit more multi-lane.
Yeah, you got a point. Hopefully there's no brake shake, though. That actually existed for a little bit at Richmond. But anyways, how about you go to our winner? He's been waiting like a half an hour.
He can wait longer.
Okay.
Okay, now we'll get to him. He waited long enough.
What do you have for dinner, Evil?
We'll get to that later. I don't know yet. I haven't even eaten yet, so. We're good. Yeah. I've been down there, sounds good though. But we'll get to our winner, Casey Master. Almost levels of domination we saw from Vincenzo last week. Won both stages. Gonna be tied for the points lead going into Richmond. I think you had a very fun time by the looks of it.
I would say I had fun time after lap 27 because let's say about lap 10 to lap 27, a certain 11 car, wow, this sounds familiar, decided he wanted to keep chopping my nose off every time he gave me the bottom and kind of keep him on the apron. Until I got tired of it and sent him up the track, and then I never saw him again. So, other than that, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think the 11 made the not fun part of the race based on everyone's comments here. If you had a wait with caution, you still think you had a car to win? It looked like it, but just from your side.
That would have been tough because I know a lot of people could have loosened their car back up, and I know how good Tim is here. I know how good Drew is here. I know how good pretty much anybody can be here. So I couldn't tell you. Hopefully we could have still won, but I was just happy to not see a caution.
Yeah, we will never know, and that might be for the best for you, so it gets you to win for sure. We don't know what would happen if there was a caution. But is there anyone you want to thank for the win tonight?
Of course, I want to thank Drew for racing me clean at the halfway point there. Always respect on the track with him. I want to thank Tim for racing me clean for the win, and Vinny behind him. They raced me clean too. I didn't have to worry about them doing anything too harsh. And thank you for broadcasting, and I think that's pretty much it.
And we'll see how the shenanigans move over to the next week. Like I said, the 11 already doesn't have a lot of friends, but that's the normal week for every week to week thing. But we're going to Richmond next week, short track, so that ain't going to end well for someone, as it never does. Same time, 8:30 Eastern. And, yeah, we'll see who gets the points lead, because we can't... I don't think we're going to have a tie after next week, but I could be wrong.
We'll find a
That'll
way.
be it. I'll find a way. They're just going to finish last and second to last now. But that'll be it. Have a good night, and, yeah.